Hello, I write the future judges. If you are watching this video, that must mean the future I've written has come into effect. No doubt by now you're enjoying a nice foot massage from your robot slave and watching this video from the YouTube app on your Google contacts. And how about that world peace, huh? I mean, let's thank Rand Paul for being the president that broke America's back. Who knew he would be so bad that the world would unite to take him out of office? In the present, however, things are not perfect. Sure, in 2008 we ended racism by electing the first black president, and sure we might be on track to end sexism by 2016. But lately, people have noticed a trend in our culture that makes us think maybe we aren't the land of the free we used to be. If you're like me, and I know that you are because, again, I wrote the future, you know that America is a place where people can be free. It's a place where we can have ideas and experience our own unique culture without fear of persecution. We aren't allowed the same level of freedom as we had in decades past. And that is thanks in no small part to Obama's speech and thought police, paid for by your tax dollars. Their latest victim has already been claimed. Miami Dolphins player Don Jones is being burned at the stake in a liberal witch hunt that has consumed the media. See, the story goes like this. Michael Sam was the first openly gay man to be drafted into the NFL, and the twits went insane, like more insane than Twitter usually is. Upon seeing Michael Sam kiss his boyfriend, Don Jones tweeted OMG and horrible. He was then fined, suspended, and sent to sensitivity training. Derek Ward, a former running back for the New York Giants, joined in saying, "Man, you got little kids watching the draft. I can't believe ESPN even allowed this to happen," quote unquote. Now, this is obviously an erosion of our most fundamental right of free speech. I mean, he is simply taking his religious beliefs and then using them as a filter for his own bigotry. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's what this country was founded on. But that's besides the point. I personally agree with these guys. I mean, I can't believe ESPN even allowed this to happen. Think of all the children that watched the 7th round of the NFL draft. It's their favorite part. And if they saw the travesty that ESPN aired on television that day, who knows what might happen? I mean, what am I supposed to do as a parent? Talk to my kid? No, that's disgusting. Not to mention a lot of pressure. I mean, I've spent years teaching my children, metaphorically of course, about conventional relationships, letting them watch shows like Jersey Shore or Keeping Up with the Kardashians or The Bachelor. We've had that show for 12 years. It hasn't affected our kids at all because one man sorting through 20 women is perfectly normal. It's conventional because ultimately he only really loves one of them. The problem with this Michael Sam kiss is not the vicious attacks being lobbed at him, it's the fact that we see them as vicious attacks. Remember, Don Jones was fined for his hateful OMGing and sent to sensitivity training? Why? Because he shared an opinion that wasn't agreed upon by the speech police. And this is not a new development in American culture. I remember when black people were first given the right to vote. That's right, I was there. And there were so many tweets, so many hateful tweets that were given without apology. Now today, we have people that are racist trying to convince everyone that they aren't racist anymore. I mean, what gives? It's like as time passes, American society gets more liberal. Think of all the equalities that we have today. We have gender equality, we have racial equality, we have income equality, we have marriage equality, and on and on and on. It's too much. Newt Gingrich and I are on the same page. It's a slippery slope. 1 minute, you say, hey, you can't agree or you can't disagree with socially accepted norms without being chastised. Next thing you know, we're communists. So what do we do? Well, this is exactly what a friend of this video, Bill O'Reilly, has been thinking about.
I strongly believe in fighting for equality and also believe institutional bias should be against the law. What I oppose is government trying to impose equality because every human being is different.
Mr. O'Reilly's logic is flawless. We can't have government imposing equality on us because we're all different. We don't need government-imposed equality. What we need is government-imposed conformity. That's why George Orwell's 1984 is one of the greatest novels of all time. It paints a picture of Big Brother trying to protect his shining utopia of tolerance and freedom. The only way to treat others with the dignity and respect that they deserve is to get rid of all of the things that make him unique. And we know that we can't have racial equality because every race is different, and Bill knows that for a fact. He's been trying to communicate with the human race for years. Look, the truth is very simple. Over time, society moves forward and rarely ever goes back. So, to find refuge, bigots of times past find solace in a party that can promise a country that accommodates the irrational thinking that the majority of the people have moved on from. So, in a way, all of these dumb scandals are helping the Republican Party. We've given sexists, racists, and the poor-hating rich all a place to validate their beliefs, no matter how out of touch with reality they are. And in the end, isn't that really what the American political system is all about?